What's up, all? Welcome back to Bo TV. It's your sis Shay says. It's been over a year since lockdown, and the vaccination numbers are getting better. According to the White House, more than a quarter of all adults are fully vaccinated. And now President Biden has moved up the vaccine eligibility deadline for adults. Here to talk to us about this is Dr. James Simmons. He's a frontline worker based in California. Welcome, Dr. Simmons. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
It's definitely timely and it's definitely needed. So, can you tell us about your experience as a frontline worker?
Oh man, I mean, first of all, I mean, if you're going to give me sort of an open forum platform for this, I do have to say for everyone watching, um, uh, thank you to all of the other healthcare providers. I'm
Hmm.
just one of millions, and healthcare providers doesn't always necessarily mean someone in the hospital too.
Yeah.
People at home who have been taking care of loved ones, and all of us, we've all been through something, whether you had COVID or not. We've all been really impacted by this. So thank you for everyone for continuing to trudge through and do what's right. I will say that I am as hopeful as anyone right now because the numbers, at least where I practice here in Los Angeles County, are down significantly to what they were before. At one point in
Nice.
time, we were the coronavirus hotspot globally in the
Hmm.
world, and now we actually are trending less than 400 cases, which is phenomenal in a county of 10 million people. And I believe just 2 days ago, we had only one passing from COVID-19, which anyone dying from this is not good, right? But when we
Yeah.
were up in the thousands before just a couple of months ago, it's tremendous progress we're making here.
No, I definitely agree. And that sounds amazing. I'm based in New York and I've been seeing a lot of people
Mm.
traveling to California right now. And speaking of travel, like people are starting to go out and travel a lot more. As a frontline worker, how do you feel about this?
Oh, I go back and forth because what the science will tell us is that if you are fully vaccinated, you are not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting everyone else too. Because we know for sure from the Pfizer vaccine that if you are fully vaccinated, which to remind everybody watching is 2 weeks after your second shot, okay,
Okay.
not 10 seconds after your second shot, but 2 weeks after your second shot, you're fully vaccinated, which means you cannot spread this
Gotcha.
virus to other people, or the likelihood of you spreading it is very low, I should say.
Mm.
So, people who are fully vaccinated for travel, I mean, I go back and forth because I think it's safe. The CDC is saying that you can travel now if you're fully vaccinated. However, we have other things out there like this B.1.1.7 variant right now, which is now the dominant variant in the United States.
Mm.
It's causing surges in other parts of the country. And so I think we start to get into a difficult situation and potentially start using words like surge again if we have too many people traveling unvaccinated, taking these new variants and spreading them to parts, communities here in the United States, which maybe don't have immunity or don't
Mm.
have, haven't been as vaccinated as some other communities. So it concerns me to some degree. I don't think we're quite ready yet for everybody to be having spring break or anything.
I totally agree. Miami is always very active during spring break, so I definitely agree with you.
Yeah,
So
it is. I mean, those images were wild, weren't they, from everyone in Miami? That,
it
you know, it
was.
it's scary. And now, unfortunately, Florida is one of the 5 states in the United States that are actually seeing a surge in cases. So whether there's a direct tie there, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But we do know that large gatherings of individuals, unmasked, unvaccinated, has caused surges in the past. So
Right.
deduce from that what you will.
Right. Totally. And what is the biggest misconception about the vaccine?
Mm. Oh man, I mean, I'm on social media, right? So I hear all of the conspiracy theories
Right. Right.
about vaccines. That I've been, you're getting implanted with a chip, that Bill Gates is going to be able to control us now. It's a form of mind control. It's going to convert your DNA to binary code. Like I've heard it all
Mhm.
with the vaccines. I think the biggest misconception about the vaccines, frankly, is that they were developed too quickly. I think
Okay.
that's what I hear most often. And you know, it, we have never done this in humanity. We've
Mhm.
never been able to take a global pandemic and in essentially 18 months from when this virus was first really discovered and reported about, turn around and have three, arguably four, very effective vaccines at this point in time. We have
Right.
never done that in humanity. And with 24-hour news cycles, social media, everyone heard about every single step along the way.
Mm.
So I think people are right to have some questions about these things. But I think to ease people's minds, there's two things that really happen. This messenger RNA technology, the mRNA that's used in the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, that technology has actually been around for a while. So it's not brand new. It's not as if they invented it and then thought to use it as a vaccine and then turned it into a vaccine all within about a year. That technology has actually been around. Even as far back as 2014, they were trying to use it as an Ebola vaccine. It didn't quite work, but obviously it works well for this virus. Also, this was a global pandemic, and the key word there being global. Everyone took their resources. Drug companies, research institutions, everyone poured everything they had into these vaccines. So normally vaccines take anywhere from 5 to 10 years to develop, but that's because they're done in parallel with lots of other things that these companies and research institutions are working on, right? That was not the case with this. They full stop on everything else. Everyone poured everything they had into developing these vaccines. So when you have abundant resources like that going at just one thing, you can pull it off so much faster.
Right. Thank you so much. And, I want to talk about side effects because I feel like a lot of times when we see like health commercials, like they always promote the product, but when the side effects come, it's just like very tiny and very fast and we don't know anything about the side effects. When it comes to this vaccination, what side effects should we be worried about?
I love that. Isn't that great on the commercials? You're like, this medication will cure your psoriasis, but also like here's 17 minutes of
Right.
the side effects that go along. So I always tell people that that's actually a legal requirement. So,
Okay.
for the longest time, drug companies could not advertise on television. Well, one of the compromises for them to be able to advertise was they had to spend at least 50% of their time advertising, educating audiences about what the side effects could be. So that's why you hear that. When it comes to vaccines, we don't really see a tremendous amount of unexpected side effects. And so let me explain the difference between expected side effects and unexpected. So expected are my arm hurts, right? I mean, you got a shot in your arm in the muscle that hurts, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, particularly after their second dose, they get like fever, they get tired, muscle aches. Those are the most common ones. That's what we want to happen. That is a sign that your immune system is kicked into overdrive and is learning how to fight SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, right? That's tremendous. That usually goes away in a day or two, and that's fine.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I haven't taken the vaccine yet, but I'm very excited to. So if I feel those side effects, I know that I'm doing well.
You're
I'm
doing the right
still
thing.
alive.
You are, and your immune system is kicked into overdrive, which is great. And I want to tell folks, even if you don't have those, like I didn't really have horrible side effects. It does not mean that my immune system did not work.
Right.
Like my immune system received the vaccine and has learned what it needed to learn from the vaccine, just like anybody else's. I think I was just one of the lucky ones that didn't. I got a little tired and I forgot my partner's name, but other than that, I was good.
And I think that even just to encourage people to get the vaccine, we want to have a great summer this year. So hopefully we can do that.
We need a Megan Thee Stallion, hot girl summer, whatever it's supposed to be called. Or
you definitely
whatever.
are on social media. You definitely are on social media.
Hey, I missed my summer last year just like everybody else. Trust me. I might be working in the hospitals and doing all the things I do, but I want to get out there for summer as well.
I totally agree. Well, hopefully this encourages everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Simmons.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And thank you all for watching. See you next time.